Hey folks, Vortex here and welcome to my review of the Tin Hifi Dudu. Yes, that is the name and they really should have asked a Westerner. But anyway, that's the name, as you can see, the Master of Balance. So this is another planar model, so this is another one from them. And yeah, as usual, full disclaimers, I'd like to thank Shenzhen Audio Store for sending this out to me, so thank you very much. I was not paid to do this video, and all thoughts and opinions are my own. And yeah, let's get into it. So yeah, another planar, and they've recently, before this, had a planar, so I'm quite curious of the differences between them. And yeah, let's get into it. So let's see what we get. So bit of social media stuff there if you want to scan that. Matters to you. Nothing there, nothing there. Okay, so mine's a bit different. So it's the commemorative edition. So it should have an extra cable of some sort. We'll actually see what that is. And I think it's maybe, I'm pretty sure it's like a $20 gap or something like that between the standard and that. So we'll obviously see what mine includes. Again, I've not tried this before. I haven't opened this before. I'll just open this box so it's just a bit easier to get to. So some probably paperwork in here. Yep. Bit of padding as well. That's quite pretty cool. So yeah, so I've got two lots of cables. Let's get all this out. And a QC pass. 5th of July. So really quite close to this video. So 2 foam tips, which I always do. Bunch of different silicone tips. Some of that red insert. So okay, so this is the normal 3.5. Looks relatively normal. It's got some colours on the end. You can see the R there. So I guess this is the bonus one. So Type C. It's Type C to 2-pin. So this might be used for the earphones as well. It's got a button on there. Obviously I'll look at that in a bit. See if we get one of these out. And that's it. Very familiar shape. Looks like the T5S, to be honest, which is that single DD, which was a decent set. And that's it. So I've no idea what these are like. Again, because they released that other model fairly recently, I'm quite surprised they released another planar shortly after. And yeah, as usual, I'm going to try all this stuff out. Quite curious to see what that dongle's like. This one. What's curious that's like. It's meant to have no ESP or DSP or anything. It's just a dongle. It goes straight to 2-pin. And yeah, so as usual, you'll see me sometime in the future. So welcome to my review section of the Tin Hifi Dudu. Yes, that name. They should have called it something else. But anyway, so it does come with 2 cables. So you can see on there I've got connected is the normal one, normal 3.5. And here, which we've been trying, is the Type C. So yeah, Type C to, obviously it's got this section, this is on the right cable, for your right here. 1 button only, which is play and pause. Microphone on the front. Mic quality is okay, and that's it really. That's all I can say. Obviously you can see that's the right connector and that's the left. This, I don't know what DAC is in here, but it goes up to 32-bit 384 kHz, which is quite a lot. Also not the most powerful, so I found using this with my phone without using any separate apps or EQs or like UAPP or anything, for it to get loud enough, for them to get loud enough on here, because their planar is like 80% I found. But when I tried this set with my computer, which is Windows 10, 20%, just over 20% starts to get louder. Now normally with something else normal on a PC, it's like 10% I find, or even less. So not the most powerful. Maybe it pulls 1 volt. I don't know. I don't know what the hardware is, but it's okay. And obviously you're paying $20 for this roughly, so not too bad. Plus having 2 different cables, you can have something plugged into here, and obviously have them plugged into there, or vice versa. So yeah, it's good actually having a backup. So as a dongle, it's not too bad. And obviously this is the one, obviously the normal 3.5. See, and to Y split is loose. Y split to really loose chin slider. and that's what they look like connected. Nothing special. I think they remind me, is it the T5S maybe? They do look very familiar. Take this off. So comfort and fit. Now I found the comfort on and fit on these set was okay. They are slightly on the larger size, as you can see, but just make sure you get the right tips. And as usual, Tin Hifi include the silicone ones. Obviously, I've got the this is what they include. So I've left this pair on. So you get, obviously, I'm using 2 of that type there, and obviously you get 6 of those. Just use whatever you feel comfortable with. But yeah, comfort and fit is okay. Build quality, can't really fault it. Seems fine. The channel matching on this set is good enough as well, because planar can be a bit hit and miss, but obviously you'll see that in a bit. So technicalities on this set, I think they're actually pretty good. Again, planar's strengths. Their weaknesses is timbre can always sound a bit off. This, it does sound a little bit, but the timbre again for planar is actually pretty good, I think. Yes, the details, resolution, technicalities is good. Yeah, very good really. Not perfect, but it's up there for $100. I think it's just under 100, but if you catch this in a sale, it will be less than that, so just bear that in mind. Sound stage and imaging I think is really good in this set. This set has really good treble extension as well, so you do hear a lot, and you're getting what you're paying for instead of DVDs that fall off a cliff because they can't do the big frequency response what people like for like air. These do that easy. That's again one thing about planar. So yeah, so far so good. So I'll just put the graphs so you can have a look. Now as you can see, it is tuned aggressively, but I'll get to that in a bit. So bass, it does bleed a little bit, but because it's planar, it doesn't sound like it. Planars can be a little bit misleading with graphs. If this is a dynamic driver model, I probably wouldn't like it, to be honest, if you go from just a graph. But if this is again DD, it'd feel a bit more muddier, but planar doesn't because it's just fast. Again, quite a bassy set really. Again, like I like electronic music, and this thing pumps hard. You don't need to EQ. Really nice low end for electronic music or just casual or whatever you want. I do like planar bass because you can EQ the crap out of them and have a lot if you really want to. DDs and BAs you can't really do that. They're not as flexible with the EQing, but yeah, good bass. I'm quite happy with it. Spot on for what I like really. And mid-range, not bad. Mine is a little bit of channel mismatch, but I didn't really notice it, to be honest. Again, I graphed this after my listening. Vocals on this set and instruments that sit in the mid-range, pretty spot on. Vocals, again, I like what they've done. It does. I'll get to the treble in a bit where it looks a bit more scary, but it's not as bad as you expect. But before I get out, mid-range, yeah, really happy with it. It doesn't seem that recessed because of its planar speed. Again, if this is DD, it'd say more U-shaped than it actually is. And yeah, fine. Now treble, it does look a bit dangerous. Is one way, like the 3K, nearly 5K, the 8K, 12K, 17K. Those peaks. But the only one I really only had, I wouldn't say it's an issue, but the only one I really noticed is that 3K peak. But it doesn't sound as aggressive as it looks. The Kiwi planar was like this. It looks more aggressive than it actually is in reality. But yeah, 3K may catch you sometimes, depending on what you listen to. If you have something that's got a lot of treble in there, then you might spot that. But for just casual music, just general listening, you could sometimes feel it, but again, it's not as bad as it looks. Now, from the graph, you'd expect sibilance, especially like 4 to 5K. You don't really get that. Again, it looks more dangerous than it looks. 12K peak, I never really noticed. But one thing of those, I think that really helps with the extension of this set. I didn't really find this set fatiguing, but if you looked at the graph, you would have. That's the one thing about this set. So a little bit misleading with planars, but yeah, good detailed set. But I listen at a lower volume, so just bear that in mind. If you want to turn these up, it might be a different story, and it probably is a different story. I listen at normal volume, so like definitely under like 80 dB. But yeah, good resolving treble set, good extension. Bear in mind you may have to EQ if you're a louder listener than not like me. And that's it. Before I finish, before I get to conclusion, the P1 Max 2, which obviously is not that old now, it's only been a couple of months, is that set is not as bassy as this, and they've got more upper mid-range, so their vocals are more forward than this model. This has a little bit more treble going on, so it's kind of a trade-off. You just pick what you want. And yeah, so conclusions, what do I think? So $99, I think, with the two cables, then I think it's $20 less without it, so the standard version. Not a bad set. I like it's a good set. Again, like I said before on the graph, not as aggressively tuned as you'd expect going from the frequency response graph. Very resolving, detailed, big U-shaped sounding set. And I like it. I always like a good planar because you get your money's worth because you're paying for it and you get the detail, which, you know, even a good DD set can't match, I think, sometimes. I just need to try this for some gaming to see what it's like, really. And I think that's pretty much it. Good set, not perfect, but very resolving set. If in doubt, EQ or lower volume is probably the one way to describe it. But for like me with electronic music, I like hard hitting bass, and this does it. Vocals, again, like I said before, aren't as aggressive as you expect. I think I waffled on long enough. If you think I missed anything, please do let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching. Take care. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video.